Hey guys, welcome back to another Drugstore Tuesday. In today's video, I'm going to share with you something that it was requested, which was sharing with you guys the eye brushes that I use for my small eyes. I've mentioned in one of my videos that I can't use the same brushes that other YouTubers use. Like for instance, Dulce Candy has big lids, space, and they all have different brushes that they work for them. But for me, having small eyes, I can create the same effect, but I need to use different brushes. So in today's video, I'm going to share my favorite brushes, the ones that I use every single time I do my makeup, or almost every single time I do my makeup. They're very affordable, and I will leave the links in the description box down below. Some of them come in kits, but I will leave the link to the kit so you can see what brushes come in those kits, and you can decide if something you want to add to your makeup collection. I will give you comparisons and pretty much everything you need to know about these brushes and why I love them so much for my small eyes. This is a series of videos that I'm doing every Tuesday, so where I take some products from the drugstore or affordable makeup and I share with you a look or something, a review, a hits and misses or something like that. So if you're interested in more videos with drugstore products, I will leave my playlist in the description box down below. So if you're interested in knowing what brushes I love and they're very affordable for my eyes, then just keep watching. So I did a little bit close so I can show you the brushes, and you're gonna see some demos as well. So yeah, before I move on to tell you what brushes, if you're interested in the makeup that I'm wearing today, it will be up tomorrow, which is Mary Kay Wednesday. If you don't have Mary Kay products, I mean, you probably have these colors in your collection. So yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow's tutorial. It's like talk through, and I talk about my opinion on those products, and I'll give you my techniques and everything. It's more of a detail kind of tutorial. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. To apply my eye primer or my MAC Painterly Paint Pot or some kind of color tattoo that is more like a skin tone, my favorite one is the Deluxe Crease Brush by Real Techniques. I don't know if you can see it there, but this is very, very dense, and of course it's synthetic fibers, so you can apply any kind of cream products with this. But I only like it for my non-color eye primers or for my paint pots or skin tone colors, color tattoos. I don't like to apply any other color tattoos with this because this is too big. So if I have to apply my color tattoo all over the lid, this is fine, and it gives me a lot of coverage, so it will cover all the darkness. But if I want to apply something to my lid or to my crease, this is not gonna be it because it's just too big for that. And I have another brush that I'll talk to you about that brush in just a minute. The next one is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. You need this in your collection. And if you're new to brushes, this may look similar, but this one bigger. But there are a few differences in between these two, and that's why you need them both, or I need them both. This one I use to apply a color all over the lid. So I apply my eye primer or my MAC Painterly Paint Pot or my color tattoo that is my skin tone or something light, and then I apply just a matte eyeshadow on top of that to set that in order to make my other eyeshadows blend easier, so I don't have to spend so much time blending. This I do it every single time. I do use this sometimes for concealer, but honestly, I rather use the one that I showed you before for concealer because this is denser, so it gives me more coverage to conceal my dark circles. And this one, it's more fluffy. So this is, well, in my opinion, this works better for powders, and that's why I use it for a wash of color on my lid area. Sometimes I don't even want to wear any kind of eyeshadow, and I apply this all over the lid. So sometimes I don't even want to do an eye makeup, and I will apply a matte eyeshadow all over the lid area, and that way I will, I won't be greasy in my lids because I have very greasy lids. So they may look similar, but they're totally different. This is more for more coverage, this is for a lighter coverage, and I love, love, love to use this concealer brush for applying a wash of color all over my lid area. You can use it for concealer if you don't have very dark circles, but since I have very dark circles, I need to use something more dense. Then the next brush is something that I use for my transition color. This is what I apply on top of the crease area, and I have one that is my holy grail one, and this is the Mirabella eye blender, and the metallic one is the Mirabella one, and the other one is the Soho. This Soho one comes in a kit. I will try to find it. I promise I'll try to find it. I haven't been able to find it online. I found this kit with 4 or 5 brushes at Walmart for about $5. So if I can't find it, I will leave the name of the kit because you need that kit. I mean, this is very similar to this Mirabella one, and the Mirabella one is $20+. I got the Mirabella one from an e.l.f. Bag. But this one is pretty much the same. It does the same work, and this is about the set, I think was $6.20 something for just this brush. So you do need this in your collection. I promise you, you do need it. It doesn't matter if you have small eyes, this is a bigger brush. But for a wash of color, for your transition color, this is amazing. If I have my e.l.f. concealer brush that I showed you before dirty, then I will use the Soho one to apply a lighter color all over the lid, but I'd rather use this one because it's bigger and, you know, it takes less time to use it. This one I have to reapply 2 or 3 times. So, you know, it depends how dense and how big the brush is and how it's gonna work, at least for me. Then the next one is from the dollar line of e.l.f. and this is the e.l.f. Professional Eye Crease Brush. This is like a pencil brush and it's very tiny. You think this is very dense, and it kind of is dense, but if you move it around, you can see that there's not much hairs or fibers in it, but it's perfect to draw my crease. I have a very small crease, so if I'm gonna apply this, it's gonna be way too big. So I need this for getting actually into my crease and draw the color. This is gonna be super pigmented, so whatever color you're gonna apply to your crease, make sure you tap off the excess because this is like drawing with a Sharpie. Then you can blend it, of course, with other brush, but you know, this is for when you want a really defined crease. Then I also like to use this for my lower lash line whenever I want more color, or if it's more of a smoky look, I can apply this to my lower lash line, and it gives me a lot more color than if I use something that is not as dense as this. I mean, if you have big eyes, you may get away using a bigger brush for your crease, but if you want detail work, you need this e.l.f. brush. I know it doesn't look like anything special, but I promise you, you know, if you use it right, you're gonna find that you love that brush as much as I do. And the next one is one from Sonia Kashuk. This is the 106, and it's very, I don't know, standard kind of brush. It looks like just a shader brush, and it actually, that's what it is. I love to apply the color on my lid with this, and I can use it with shimmer, I can use it with just a matte color, but this gives me a lot of coverage. So if I want to apply very intense color, then I apply it with this. I have another one that I'll talk to you a little bit later, but this works for that. If I want to apply a darker color into my lower lash line, but I want it to be subtle, so it's really close to my lower lashes, then this is what I use instead of the one that I showed you from e.l.f. before. So, you know, there are different shapes. So the 106 from Sonia Kashuk, it's gonna give me a very small line, where this one, it's gonna give me more color. So that's why you need them both, even if you're just gonna get them for the lash line. Then the next brush, it's like a must-have. I think everybody should own this brush. Big eyes, small eyes, it doesn't matter. You need this. This is the base shadow brush by Real Techniques. I got another one from the other kit that I did a full review on. Please go ahead and watch this review on these brushes. I didn't want to confuse you, that's why I just, you know, kept this one, because I know these ones are from the regular line, but you can still find this kit, and I promise you it's worth it. It's something really worth it. So anyways, I have a couple of this and I love them. I can't live without them. I will do a separate video on it telling you if this is a dupe for what brush, but basically I love to use this for creating a wash of color in my crease. So say that I don't want a very defined crease like this would give me. This is what I apply into my crease because it is tapered, so the tips are very long and then the sides are not as long. So if I apply it to the tips of the brush, it will give me a wash of color and it's gonna blend it at the same time. I also love this to apply my brow bone color. You know, sometimes I see people that apply the brow bone color underneath their arch, and that's it. I usually don't do that. I love matte brow bone highlighters, so what I do is just blend at the same time the colors. So I want to make sure that I touch my transition color that I apply with my Soho brush, and I'm not gonna leave any, I don't know, like harsh lines behind. So I will apply to my brow bone, and then I will be using the same brush to blend those two colors. And I think you need this. Just, yeah, bottom line, you need this. Another thing that you do need if you have any kind of color tattoos, or if you have any kind of cream eyeshadows, color cream eyeshadows, this is the brush you need. This, I got it at Walmart, and it's the shading brush. And it may look similar to the base shadow brush, but if you compare one to the other, you'll realize that it's not. This one, the shading brush, it's shorter and it's denser. It's not as fluffy as the other one. So with this, you just go into your cream product and apply it, and it will give you full color. What I was saying is, I mean, you can still apply, you know, a color tattoo or some kind of cream eyeshadow with any of these. It's just gonna depend, you know, how intense you want it. If you're anything like me and you want a full color of your color tattoos or cream eyeshadows, then this brush, you need it in your collection. The next one is from the dollar line of e.l.f, and this is the e.l.f Professional Defining Eye Brush. They have really long names, but this is basically an angle brush, and I love to use this for my outer V. So I apply it right here, and it goes from my lash line to my crease area. This is the perfect size. I know this is the kind of brush that you wouldn't think of picking up, but I promise you, if you have small eyes, it will make a difference. This is not very fluffy. It's more dense than fluffy, even though it doesn't have a lot of bristles. So what I do with this is I apply it right in my outer corner and then blend the color in. This is gonna give me more color payoff, and it's gonna keep me in my range, so I won't go on top of my crease color. It's gonna keep me right there beneath my crease color. So for me, this is something that is foolproof, and if I want to achieve a look with a more defined outer V, I always use this product. I could use this other one, which is the Professional Eye Crease Brush, but as you can see, it has more of a dome shape, and I would have to create my own shape in my outer V. So if you're lazy like me and you want the brush to do the work for you, you need this brush in your collection. Then the next one, it's something that it's similar from something that I just showed you, but it's totally different, and I'll explain myself. This is something that a lot of people talk about here in YouTube. This is the e.l.f. Professional Eyeshadow Brush. I love this. Why do I need to shader brush? Might be your question. They're totally different, and I'll tell you why. Yes, they're both flat, but this one, it's more round and this is more long. So it will give you, the Sonia Kashuk one will give you more color payoff, while this one, it's gonna give you less color payoff. So if, for instance, if you want to do a very soft look, this is what I have. The Sonia Kashuk one, I'll still use the e.l.f. one, but the difference is that with the e.l.f. one, I need to apply more product, where with the Sonia Kashuk one, with just one layer or two would be more than enough. But this is fluffier than the Sonia Kashuk one, and of course it's gonna apply less product than this one. So I would recommend you to have these two just for different purposes. I do think that you need them both. And finally, something that I can use for my eyebrows or for my eyeliner, and this is from the set that I talked to you before. This is the eyeliner brush, and I hope you can see it there. I'm gonna compare it with other two brushes that I have that you can use for your eyebrows or for eyeliners. And this one's, the purple one is by Real Techniques, and this other one is from Soho. The Real Techniques one, it's supposed to be for your eyebrows, but if you don't have very thick eyebrows, I mean, this is a pretty big brush. So I'm gonna compare it so you can see how precise you can be with the silver one that comes in the kit. And I would absolutely recommend it. If you have big eyebrows, you can use this, and you know, it's not gonna matter. But if you want to be precise with your eyebrows, you can do that with this brush. I love to apply this to do a wing liner. This is the easiest way to do it. I have another eyeliner that I can't find. Oh, eyeliner brush from Real Techniques, but this is more pointy. But if you want to do a cat eye, or you know, kind of a tail at the end, this is very easy. It's foolproof. It will guide you exactly where you need to apply it. So you can use it for your eyebrows, you can use it for your eyeliner. It's just you know, it's something that it's very versatile, and I think everybody needs it. You can clean it off in between uses with a little bit of makeup remover, and you can use it the same day for your eyebrows, or you can use it for your eyeliner. So basically those are the 10 brushes that I need at all times in my collection. These are very affordable. I have 3 or 4 higher end. They're not Marc Jacobs or anything outrageous, you know, maybe Sigma, and I have Mirabella and Luxie, but you know, they're not super expensive, but they're not drugstore. These ones you can find in the drugstore. You can go today and get them. If you're starting with makeup, you do need all these brushes. I promise you're gonna start to look at tutorials and you'll be like, okay, what am I gonna use for my outer V? And you know, having these brushes is gonna make it so much easier on you. I will leave the links for all the kits that I would recommend you to have in your collection. Even if you're just starting with makeup, or if you're a pro with makeup, or you've been doing your makeup for a really long time, there are certain kits that I do think you need in your collection. I do need them. And some people say, hey, I can't really get the same look that you are doing today. And I don't think I have more skill, but I found the way to use brushes that work for my eye shape. So that way it makes it easier. I mean, you look at it and you're like, oh, that looks so easy on her, but I can never get the same. Well, you need to find the perfect brushes for you. So if you have small eyes, or if you have regular eyes, but you want to do more of a precision work, or if you want to do something that it's going to look like, you know, you put some effort into your eye makeup, I'm sure that these 10 very affordable brushes are going to be everything that you need to create your eye look. So thumbs up this video if you want me to do you know, basic brushes for your face, or what I use for my face, what brushes from the drugstore. I would love to do that for you, but I would like to know if you're interested at all in seeing that video. I mean, I have small face and yeah, so I can't use everything either. So I have a few brushes that I know exactly. They're not a lot of them because I kind of repurpose the same brush for 2 or 3 things, but I'll be more than happy to share that with you if you're interested at all. So if you are, remember to thumbs up to let me know, or leave it in the comments down below. So anyways, thank you for watching this video until the end, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah.